Morning, ladies and gents, welcome to a rather wet Thursday morning. I wasn't quite expecting this rain, but there you are, so the forecasting goes. So yeah, I've just got spray on at the moment. I did actually empty out the last of the spray that was in this in the hayfield. This is now the time of year to put it away. There is a job to do next year on it, which is fix that, which isn't too splendid. But yeah, so I've had the booms out. I've got some end caps that come off on either end of the boom, and then there's one on each end of the centre boom as well. And basically just try and get as much water out or spray out as I can before the winter time, because they do blow pipes off. I have replaced, I think it was that one this year, one of these ones anyway, which is a bit of a ball ache. But I did actually buy enough to redo the whole sprayer. So yeah, empty the lines out. Been under here, so there's a filter in there. It's quite a coarse filter. Just take the big lumps and bumps out of whatever comes into it. And there's a tap here that just takes the rest of what's in the tank out. Right, so I put the spray away. It's down on the strip again on the other big trailer. What was the high-up trailer? Bale grab, bale sledge are on this. I think it's a 28-foot trailer, something like that. We've got a little New Holland in front of it, so just going to take it back round through that field and around. I try and keep it in a bit of a loop, going gear round, so that it all faces one way and all comes out the same way. Makes life a bit easier in springtime when I'm trying to get stuff out. Oh, that's annoying. It's going to be one of them days. Alright, I've just had a hammer on it and braid it. Quick shunt back and forwards. It looks like it's released now, but started making a bit of a mess at the field now. Bagger! Oh, love it, don't you? Oh well. Right, so down to the day park strip. We call it that because that's the day park and that's a strip. So, yeah, so gate's just back there. Nice little corner to try and get round. And obviously with a dolly trailer it makes it a little bit harder, and I'm not a driver with a dolly trailer, that's for sure. But I got it this time. I have had years where I've taken out that side of that hedge right on. So yeah, this estate wasn't designed for anything big. It was designed for a grey Fergie type thing. So it's always a bit of fun trying to shift the rest of stuff around. Alright, a couple of minutes of shunts around, and well, she's a bit better anyway. I might just try and get forklift and just wake her over. Morning, ladies and gents, welcome to Friday morning. I'm down here, unfortunately, with that and some of that, because I want to get this fence line trimmed out. I'm looking at trying to get turnout done in the next couple of weeks. So preparing everything takes a while. So what we call Hillfield, the boys' winter field. Most of the gear is out, there's just one trailer in there, which is my mug trailer. That needs out. We've just done some fencing yesterday and Tuesday with the boss man. So majority of fencing there, hopefully, is okay. And the horses will always find a weak spot. But I need to double check in there, and then we need to come down here and put the electric fence on. But because everything grows down here, you get things touching the wire, bits of grass and weeds and stuff, so just need to run along with strimmer at the bottom and strim it all out. Right, I'm down at the other end now, so that didn't take me as long as I thought. I am covered in like grass and bits of slug. So yeah, just strim around it. So pretty much the same width as the head on the strimmer, or the width of the twine anyway, or string, whichever you want to call it. And then just come all the way down. So I just run down front side on the way back up and tie that up. I always start from the other side as well to try and take the grass out of the field, so that the horses, when they come in, well, don't start trying to eat it all. To be fair, they've got all that, but sod's law says they'll go for that. Never mind. So yeah, that's taken me half hour, 45 minutes. Morning ladies and gents, welcome to what is actually Sunday morning. I don't usually do Sundays, I try not to unless it's hay. Anyway, we're in the forklift. Just getting air warmed up, and I'll need those, I need that, and the spikes are over there. I've got a little bit of bugging around to do and some bales to do, so anyway, first of all I need to put some wind in this tyre again, because well, lying round and air's cheap, so just put a compressor on and get air dragged out, and we'll get started hopefully. Okay, so that one's flat, and that one looks like it as well, so I knew we should have got ready earlier. Never mind. Right, get this plugged on, and I've got no gauge that actually works on this air pipe, so we'll just guess. So after a couple of minutes of jacking around, I managed to get it hitched up anyway. I need to get a mirror for the back of there, but yeah, hitched up, so I'll lift it up, make sure the pin's in, lights on, and then we can set off. Hopefully, if I do that, she's up. Unfortunately my cable won't work for that, so never mind. Right, cable on, and we can set off. Right, so the road train's going, and trailer's on. Bumpy. Yeah, so it's got spikes on the front as well. Trailer on, and very slowly we'll make our way up the lane. I think I do about 18k flat out. Well, right, I'll catch you at the top of the lane. Right, this has got to be one of the daftest things I've probably done for a long time. But hey ho, here's what it is. And what it is, I'll show you when we get back to the yard. But yeah, just going to lift onto the trailer now. Right, second job we've got to do is move some hay bales. Now mate's coming with his truck and trailer, so I think he's getting 11 on a load, so that'll be over half of that lot taken. Only problem is we're getting a bit muddy, so yeah, I'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully if he gets one load out today, we'll have to come back and get another load another day. And the third job was going to be with the bucket, but there's a muck heap at the top of this field for the garden, and it's going to be too wet to mess around with, to be honest. So these bales have been sat here since we baled them, to be honest, and doing pretty good. Yeah, the outside bit is starting to go a little bit. You can see it's a bit black mouldy on the outside, but go an inch in and they're perfect. So just set them in the corner, try and keep the thick of it off, especially with the trees above. Reduce it a little bit. But they're all the same. Get a bit out and they don't look bad. They do for the cattle. So the only bit of manker is on top of bales. Over there, they've been sat on top of one another. So when it rains, run off one onto the other. Now these two were, well, one's a dwarf and other one's a bit warm. I think that was one that was around heading down that side. So, well, that's sweep loaded anyway. So there's 11 on there. See if he gets out. Ah, look at that. Well, them Volkswagen things actually works. Amarocks, that's the one. But off he goes. I'm all loaded up. Bales have mostly gone. He's got another load to come and gather at some point. And I've got my load in the bag, so we shall skedaddle out of here and try not to make an absolute mess of the joint. Right, we'll go back down to the estate. We're going and we're playing red light roulette. Yeah, I don't know how far down that actually goes before it's terminal. But anyway, we'll find out. Well, hopefully we don't. Let's get back now. Yeah, she's on. She's on. It's right banging around down there. Oh, yeah. Right, so the first job this morning. Here's this old girl again. I might give a bit away. Yeah, we have no brake fluid. Don't know if you guys see that. It's right down here. So we do have a problem with brakes when the car gets at the bottom of it. Seem to have a bit of a wet patch there, so I'll have a look at that. And I think it was that side anyway. The old girl's decided to throw a belt off her as well, off the fan to the well, the crankshaft pulley off to the alternator, which I don't know why. So I've got to take those bolts out, that panel off, and see what's happening. And God knows what nuts they are, because some are metric and some are imperial. So we're getting somewhere. So fluid level's filled up and actually overfilled, but it's got a leak, so it's going to drain out anyway. Belts are back on, pair of them. Bit of flex in there. I don't know why it threw it off, to be honest. It seems to line up alright, but whatever, it's back on. Bit of a leak on that pipe there, which is I think for the heating for the cab from the pump. So just put a screwdriver on that and nip that. The one up here I've just done the same as well, so we'll see if that works. The pipe's not cut square on the end of it, so I can't bother to really get into that and start messing around, but we'll see how that goes. I know she has been losing a bit of water, so maybe that's where it's went instead of going into the engine, which I didn't know if it was. So I have asked Cow Farmer Dan if he'd like to purchase this beautiful beast to add to his collection. Basically, he said not until YouTube buys it for him, so if you're not subscribed, I better go subscribe to him. So that's Cow Farmer Dan. He's a very nice chap, and if you don't know who he is, he's got a lot of masses for all his sins. But yeah, he's got a lot of classic masses and some more of the modern ones as well. So he does have a 698 T, a proper T. So yeah, if you don't know who he is, go check him out. Right, so the old girl's back together again. Just a bit of nipping and tidying and everything else with her. So one thing we're going to do though, because we're getting to that time of year where frost is starting, is this refractometer, as it says, portable. So this does basically, I don't know if you'll see it in there. In there are a load of, oh, can I do it? So right hand side is washer fluid, middle's antifreeze, and there's a couple of others I can't read off my screen. But basically, battery acid, AdBlue, screen wash, and your concentration for your antifreeze. So you just need to put a drop of fluid from the tank onto there, then look up at the sky and look up somewhere light, and on this end it tells you what temperature it can go down to, basically. So yeah, I'll just use this on I might just do that as well. I know the New Holland's alright. I might just do MB as well, mostly for this one because, well, you kind of get in the middle of summer, she's lost a bit of water out of her and you throw some water in rather than antifreeze, but I'm usually fairly good with her. But just double check, it'll save a new engine and they're going to scrap if it freezes. Right, I'll get my pipette out and set on. So just tested her now and she's down to about -20. she was down to about -25, and that thing was almost off the chart, so I'm not quite sure what's happened with that one. But yeah, they're all pretty safe. If there was a John Deere packed up. Well, good morning ladies and gents, welcome to Monday morning. It's now the 23rd of October, and as you can probably tell, it's definitely October now around here. So I'm just trying to walk down the riverbank because the river is right up and the boat's right pretty much at the top of banking as well. But it's definitely got that Halloween feel to it. Now, I'm not really one for Halloween, but a lot of spiders webs over there. So yeah, this, to be fair, it's fogging very deep because well, it's blue sky up there. And 2 minutes ago I could see, I don't know if you can see the clouds. There's like little clouds sticking through. Nice one through there, but I think the camera's picking it. So give it a couple of hours and hopefully that might just burn off. So yeah, for those of you that aren't in the UK, we've had quite a lot of weather coming in. It's very wet. So the poor buggers up north, up in Scotland, I think they've had it quite bad. I think Lincolnshire's had quite bad. There's been quite a few places on the east side of the UK. Usually west side gets the worst of it, but unfortunately not this time. So we have had a flood here apparently. I've not been here for 4 days. So doing my normal walk around. But what I always do after a flood is come and check, make sure everything's where it should be. In fact, the water's starting over here anyway. So it's backed up, the ditch over there is backed up. We had the hedge cutter in the other week. And then it's all flooded down here. So this is also a reason, on a side note, why I'll have the hedges done as soon as I can. Because I think his tractor cab would have been in danger of going under. And it's all well and good having hedge cutting bands and stuff, but when you've got to work with nature and nature doesn't play by the rule book, you can't do much about it. So, right, whilst I'm walking down here as well, also a bit of housework to do. So thank you to anybody who's subscribed recently. Seems to have had a bit of a spike after I put in the hedge cutting videos and the Fergie video. We've done about 30 odd new subscribers, so the channel has been quite quiet at the moment because, well, I honestly don't know what to put in anymore. I've kind of done the thick of it. Most of it's day-to-day stuff like you'll get on any farm, and stuff I can't, what would be interesting, I can't really show you. So I'm a bit stuck. So if anybody's got any ideas of what they want to see, or information on anything I do, or blah blah blah, just put it in comments down below. Right, we'll walk a bit further down the fence line and turn back on again. So I've just got down to our double gates before we go into the hayfield. I'll just show you the fence line. So for anyone that's new to the channel, I haven't seen this before, that end there's a fence about 4 foot high with a hedge that's about 4 foot high, 5 foot high. So that's underwater. I also make sure these gates are still here as well, they haven't blown over with the water pressure. The fence doesn't look too bad. It's like a donkey's hind leg anyway, but... So yeah, so this bit's definitely been underwater. You can see with the amount of ground that's been here that it's had a flow over the top of it. Put that back. And then, yeah, that's my hayfield. Surprising, isn't it? So, what, 2 months back, I was in there mowing hay, baling hay, and then probably 4 weeks ago we had like the first frost coming, And now we're completely submerged. Surprising what nature can do. Look how quickly it's moving in there as well.